Today we're going to do chapter 5, part 2, and we're going to just learn more vocabulary. Okay, so let's learn class, locker, to look for, room/box. This is going to look a lot like office. Okay, we'll start from there. All right, so class, you already know. You take 2 C's. This is initialization. Class. Class. Locker, it's like door, but you kind of open it. Very little movements. We can see this. Locker. To look for is literally to search. Like this, you take a C hand, and you kind of look for something. Then room, it's like office, but it's with flat hands. Room. Room. This is also the sign for box. If you can see, one hand goes behind the other and makes a box. Room. Room or box. Let's try it again. Class, locker, to look for, room or box. Keep going. Next we're going to do store, coach, which is also boss or dean, like the dean of the school. Counselor, and my favorite, interpreter. Okay. So store, you take 2 hands like this, you close them, and you do store. So that's the handshake. It's like this, store. Store. Next is coach, boss, or dean. Take a C hand, you put it right on your shoulder, coach, boss, or dean. So I can say my boss, your coach, their dean, okay? Counselor, you take your non-dominant hand, you put it like a table. You take your dominant hand, and you kind of open it like a mouth and put it in a person. So you can even do it one time. Counselor. Counselor. This is also advice. Counselor. Counselor. Okay? An interpreter, very simple. 2 F hands. Interpreter. Interpreter. You can see it? Interpreter. Let's try it again. Store, coach, boss, or dean, counselor, and interpreter. All right, let's keep going. Okay, so we have librarian, we have nurse, principal, and secretary. And this is the last little bit that I need you to learn today. Okay? Librarian is personification. So you take library and you put person behind it. Librarian. Nurse, you take an N and you put it at your pulse. So the N on the dominant hand at the pulse of the non-dominant hand. Nurse. Nurse. Principal, you make a fist with your non-dominant hand. You make a P with your dominant hand, You kind of circle it and point it down on the non-dominant hand. Principal, principal, principal. Then secretary. Literally you see, then you write it down. Secretary, secretary, secretary. Okay? So let's try that again. Librarian, librarian, nurse, nurse, principal, principal, and secretary, secretary. Okay? So that's it for today, and hopefully you study. We'll have a translation video for tomorrow.